Last time on the show, we had the multi-talented Ben Lyons. Here's part two of that interview. With these different works of art that you've worked on, film and entertainment and all these production credits that you have, is there one that maybe holds, more dearness to your heart than another?
I was very fortunate when I got the crazy job at the E Channel back in '06 to be paired alongside a guy, Sal Masekela. Salema is a dear friend and a mentor, but like me is from some big time shoes to fill, right? Salema's dad, Hugh Masekela, is an iconic jazz musician from South Africa, and I was fortunate enough to be a producer on a short documentary called Alakazam about their connection, their relationship, their friendship, Sal's exploration of music. It played at the Tribeca Film Festival. And that was the first piece of content that I got to champion, really, from the creative process behind the scenes and helping it get out there, not just something I was covering in culture or premiere of somebody else's movie. And to work with the team on that with Jason Berg and those guys was the first little thing I got to do, but it was a big deal because, Salema is a brother and a mentor. So to be able to support telling his story at Tribeca was super cool and memorable.
Since you're on LA time, definitely have to ask you about the Lakers. What do you think of Melo?
Oh, me, I'm purple and gold through and through. I was there at the Forum. I was there for Shaq and Kobe, of course. I'm diehard Lakers now that Melo's there. It's really surreal because I am the biggest, card-carrying Laker hater, and I have been on ESPN radio for 9 years or so, being a Laker hater on the station of the Lakers. And then now I don't work there and Melo comes to town and I'm just totally torn, and it's going to be so much fun. And I'm happy for him that he gets to decide his own ending in some ways. That's not a privilege that all the greats always have. Hopefully he does. The game doesn't retire him and he can walk out like the G that he is, my favorite Knick ever. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a funny ride this year for sure.
Amazing, too, that LeBron and Melo are the last two players from that 2003 NBA draft that are still in the league.
And Melo never photographed on the banana boat. He's always called part of the banana boat crew. Gabby was on the boat. Melo's never seen on the boat. Just want to put that out there. I put that out there for a long time. I think Melo spoke on that recently.
Well, here in New York, we're still trying to win our championship. We had that good run with Melo, and I know how much you have love for Linsanity. Those were some special times. But I think right now the talk of the town has been welcoming back in the Bronx point god and Kemba Walker to the orange and blue. Will this be a marriage, in your opinion, that will be made in Big Apple heaven, or has time passed the 31-year-old Kemba Walker?
No, time hasn't passed cardiac Kemba. I think he's going to recapture the magic we saw at the Big East tournament. You saw the smile on his face when Fat Joe's at the press conference wearing your jersey. You're home. It's just amazing. I'm really happy for him, and I hope he's healthy and he's gonna play, and they've got depth. It's a long grind of a season, as we've seen in today's NBA, where you're gonna have different lineups and stuff, and with D Rose and Quickly in the backcourt as well. I think they're incredibly deep, playing 10 guys or so in the regular season, and Kemba's gonna have a nice bounce back year. They got him on a discount. All the deals are sensible. The Knicks are doing nerdy things that they never did. They were always trying to splash and sign the big guy. And if they missed out on the big guy, they go make some. No, they're doing stuff on draft night, like moving around and stashing picks and shaving, money off the cap here and there. Randall's deal is terrific and very fair and sensible. He's got something to prove after the playoff run. RJ Barrett and his world-class dentist. I don't know who's doing RJ's teeth in New York, but let's give them a raise. I love RJ. I'm all in on him. I was very disappointed to hear his name thrown around in every trade rumor this summer. I think he's the dude. So I'm very excited, optimistic, but the Eastern Conference is no joke. We've been naive to think that the West is where all the talent is. I mean, from Philadelphia to Milwaukee and Atlanta and Miami and Brooklyn, and the list goes on. The East is no joke, but I'm happy the Knicks even have a seat at the table and are a professional basketball team and don't have guys that look like me and they're just plops out there. Like, this is real. It's a real opportunity for them to continue to build on what they did last year. So I'm super stoked.
And I know you tweeted about it, speaking of kind of like a good marriage between sports and entertainment, but how cool was that video that the Knicks did, the intro video with Kimba and Chaz Palminteri? Really cool stuff.
Love Chaz, Bronx Tale. He's in a great film, one of my early favorites that I got to cover, called A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, with the young Channing Tatum, Shia, Robert Downey. Chaz is New York City as it gets. And that was a really cool moment, I thought. And I just think that pride in being here, and not just because of what it can afford you off the court, not just Fashion Week, Tao, and the Meatpacking District, like this, the history of basketball in this city. Being in LA for as long as I've been, people are always saying, how is it still the Mecca if the Knicks have been so bad? And I'm like, it's bigger than the Knicks. You go on 5 blocks in any direction in this city, there's basketball. You and I connected through basketball. It had nothing to do with the Knicks out at Hoops in the Sun. We don't have football fields and immaculate baseball fields. I grew up playing underneath the 59th Street Bridge for Little League, and then on the West Side Highway and 104th and Riverside. Like, these aren't the ball fields of Pasadena and the Palisades, So we have basketball courts, limited space, and it's the heartbeat of the city, and it's bigger than basketball. And Kemba understands that. And I think it's him and D Rose. I mean, come on. It's go time. I'm super, super excited.
And Ben, last year on the show before the season started, I hit another guy that I know actually from Hoops in the Sun. I went all in on another New York City product in Obi Toppin. I thought that he would be the rookie of the year, but that, of course, did not materialize. After keeping tabs on these 6 summer league games that they had, do you think Obi will be more of a factor in year 2 for the Knicks?
Love Obi Toppin. Always got to question a guy, though, who has all the Looney Tunes on his calves. I don't know the story behind that, but I'm more of a Disney character guy myself. But I think that he looked great, and I was there for Kevin Knox Summer League performance. They should put his jersey up in the rafters at Thomas and Mack at UNLV, one of the great Summer League showings of all time. And look how much that got you, But again, always be cautious of a guy with Fortnite on his draft night blazer. So with Obi, it's a great step. And the Knicks have never had player development. I mentioned, I think before, they haven't re-signed a draft pick since Charlie Ward. Player development is a real thing in the NBA. Devin Booker, guys getting better. Knicks haven't done that. So the performances in Vegas from Quickly and Obi Toppin are the first signs where I've seen, wow, these guys are getting better. Porzingis didn't do that. He played 1 game in 4 years in the month of April. He had 17 points pretty much every year. 1 year he had 22 as an all-star and didn't play in the all-star game. And his rebounding and field goal percentage never went up. So he didn't get any better in New York. He physically looks different in Dallas than he did in New York. So I can't think of any Knick who's consistently gotten better during their time here. And that's what I'm hoping to see from Obi Toppin this year.
I definitely would be remiss for our fans here in the Bronx if I didn't ask you about the Field of Dreams game and kind of turn our attention to baseball, because on the Eisen show, you had some fun with Chris Brockman about it. And I'm very grateful, like you, that Chris does not run Major League Baseball. What a game that was.
Thanks for listening. And Brockman was such a curmudgeon all week long. Carmelo's not getting in the Hall of Fame. We don't want to see the Field of Dreams game. Just sports is about. Sports is entertainment. Sports is a great TV show. And it looked amazing in the cornfield. I hope the NBA does something similar at the Rucker, at the Drew League, or somewhere fun like that. I remember the aircraft carrier game a couple of years back for North Carolina and Michigan State that I loved. It's a tremendous film, Field of Dreams. I know it's old, but guess what, young people? There was some cool stuff back in the day. It's okay. And what a great way to introduce that film to young baseball fans. And I thought it was awesome. What a storybook ending. And baseball holds a special place in my heart because I mentioned of my father's Red Sox fanaticism. And yeah, that was incredible. I hope the NFL does something, cool at a high school in Texas or something. Give me a Friday Night Lights game. I think others, NHL's done it for years, playing hockey games at Fenway and Yankee Stadium and stuff. So I loved it out there in the corn. And I think Brockman's a moron.
Maybe a basketball game at Rucker Park or Hoops in the Sun even.
Oh, Hoops in the Sun out there would be ridiculous. You kidding me with you guys on the mic and everything? What? With Randy awesome. Running around trying to take pictures of everybody? It'd be super fun. Guys selling food on the beach would be the best.
Well, Ben, I appreciate you taking the time. And as we said, that endorsement deal, hats off to you at Lids, man. You're just doing it all. I
No,
love
man.
watching and listening to you, and I appreciate you taking some time to talk sports with us this morning.
I'm glad the game of basketball brought us together. Good luck the rest of the year. And next time I'll put on my other D-Wade outfit so I can try and keep pace with you, bro.
I'll dress down then for you, I promise.
Peace. Thanks, man.